tuning back in with you here. We've got a few little projects on the go around our little group here. So Doug behind me, he just got a generator, so he's setting that up so that he can charge his batteries with his generator. And I have a bit of a bigger project on my hands. So this is the furnace that was in my RV. It was a Coleman from my original 1980. This is the original furnace. And I ripped it out yesterday. It was pretty easy, just 2 screws and cut some wires and it was out. And we are installing a little diesel heater in place of it. So I'm going to go ahead and start working on getting that installed. I'll give you little clips of the installation, but there's lots of videos online of how to install these little diesel heaters. I will put a link in the description of the video that I'm using for the installation. He was pretty good in detail on how to install it. I'm using the original wiring that was for my previous furnace that was in here. So I don't know for sure if that's going to work, but I'm going to give that a try, and if it doesn't, then I'm going to have to run new wiring, but we'll see how it goes. Well everyone, so far round 1 goes to the frame of the RV, because I thought I picked the perfect spot to drill, make my holes and everything. Turns out it was right above the frame of the RV. So I'll give you a quick little peek here. So this is where I'm putting it. My furnace used to reside here, and I pulled it out. It used to run through this ductwork here, but I'm going to cover that up. I'm not going to use that anymore. And so that's where I drilled my holes. Turns out they're right above the frame, so I'm going to have to move them over to either that side or that side. But that is going to be a project for tomorrow or later this evening. Maybe after I eat I'll get back to work on it, but at the moment I'm taking a break. Talk to you soon. Hey everyone, and welcome back. So we're still working away on getting this diesel heater installed. I've had several issues that have arose. I was struggling with a power issue. I think that we figured out the issue was that my engine battery is no good anymore, and it was basically just draining the house battery. So I've disconnected the engine battery, fully charged the house battery with a charger, and ran my power lines for the heater directly to the battery. I found if I ran them through the lines that I had in the motorhome, it was getting like really weird power signals and error messages, so I'm running them directly to my battery. The other issue that then arose was I didn't cut my holes big enough for the exhaust pipe, and so it actually started burning my subfloor. So now we are about to, I've removed the heater and the pipes and the lines, and we're going to cut a bigger hole so that the plate that it sits in will just feed through that hole, and there'll be like no issues at all with it touching any of the subfloor at all. So that's what we're about to do, but I'll kind of show you where I'm putting it. Okay, so yes, over here I have the fuel line that comes back into the RV and runs to where the diesel tank is stored in the outside bin, but it was easier to run the fuel line within instead of underneath the RV. There just wasn't really anywhere good to run that fuel line. And then so you can see here where I didn't cut my hole big enough and it started burning my floor. So we got to resolve that. And all of that silicone that you see there, that was the first set of holes that I did, which ended up being right above the frame of the RV. So they were basically useless. So we just filled them in with some leftover silicone that we had. It's ugly, but nobody's ever going to see under here, so I don't really care. And where you see the rectangle drawn out, that's the hole that we're about to cut with the jigsaw. And you can see on the bottom of the heater there is a metal plate. So everything that's all of this will fit through that hole, and then I can bolt these 4 spots directly to the floor instead of, I had it mounted on, like I had it risen up a little because of everything that was under here. I couldn't fit it through these holes, and I mean, this is me following the instructions in the manual. Didn't work out, so I have a friend here who has one of these diesel heaters installed. Somebody had professionally installed it, so I took a look at his and how his was put in, and I'm going to repeat that process here. So yeah, that's where we're at with the diesel heater. I'm hoping that I'm gonna have it all installed hopefully today, because we're dropping to -3 tonight, and I really don't want to be without heat again. I know my little Ruby is a great little bed warmer, but we're both pretty cold right now at night, and we're about to get, like, I think next week it's forecasting like 30 centimeters of snow here in Fraser Valley. So yeah, it's time to get some heat going in here ASAP. So I'll keep you posted and give you a little sneak peek once I have it running and everything like that, so that you have an idea how well it heats in a space this size. A lot of people install them just in like small vans. I'm installing it in my 23-foot RV, so we're gonna see if it can heat this whole space, and I'm gonna try testing it out and just running it into my existing ductwork, and to see if that works. And if it does, then I'm just going to use the ductwork that's already installed, because that will target every single spot in the RV. So I will let you know how it goes. Alright everyone, so it looks like third time is the charm. I do not have a subfloor that is starting on fire. I have it actually running from the power on my battery without any issues, and it is already 12 degrees in here, and it has only been running for maybe 7 minutes, 8 minutes, not very long. So I am not going to be cold tonight, finally. Hooray! However, I'll let you take a look at what my house looks like.
Can you feel it on your mind? Can you hear the song tonight? Everything for you until the day I die. Don't say goodbye.
So as you can see right now, my house is in complete disarray. There is tools everywhere. I had to take my bed apart to access underneath it. I had to take my kitchen table apart, and I used that to sleep on last night. And I'll probably use that to sleep on tonight while I get the place organized and cleaned up again. And I have not showered in like 3 days, because I was like, what's the point of showering if I'm going to be crawling around on the ground again? So I'm going to be having a shower pretty quick, and I'm so excited. But stay tuned. I'm still going to be working on those videos that I told you about in the last video. They will be coming out soon. I had originally planned on starting this week. However, with this issue with the heater, it took priority. But we will be getting cooking pretty quick. The first one that I want to do is just talk about some of my favorite tools that I use in the kitchen. I also these are things that I used in my van as well as I use now in my RV. And then I'm going to do a video on I'm going to call them sweet rolls, but I'm using a wet bread dough recipe that Eat the World recommended on his channel. I'll put a link to his YouTube channel in my description. He's got some pretty amazing videos teaching you how to make all kinds of wonderful stuff. He's a professional chef. He knows what he's talking about. You know, no games here. He's making the real deal stuff. So I'm going to try that, and then we are going to make some veggie spring rolls, and I'm going to show you kind of how I make them and the shortcuts that I use when I make my spring rolls, so that they're quick and easy and delicious. Stay tuned, hit that like and subscribe button, and we will be back with more great videos.